So I'm gonna call you out on it for that one spot in that corner of the eye.
Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. This is Miguel
And Michelle. We are professional artists, and today we're gonna do an art critique.
We will be reviewing speed drawing videos of portraits that I've drawn. And here beside me is a binder so that I can use the actual portrait as a reference.
So we are critiquing Miguel's work, which is mostly his pastel portraits. If you haven't been to our channel before, we mostly post speed drawing videos of Miguel's pastel portraits, and they are an array of different figures, whether in history or pop culture. And so today we're going to be reviewing one of his speed drawing videos of Bruce Lee.
Yeah. So, and we will have the video itself down in the corner, but the actual video we will post the link down below in the description, so please check it out if you want. And yeah,
All right.
So we're ready to go.
Yep, let's do it.
Known for his iconic film stunts and relentless speed, Bruce Lee left a mark on the world of martial arts, as well as cinema. It wasn't until... Yeah, so for some certain portraits, since Bruce Lee has like a lot of hair, I sometimes just put like a bunch of hair in the foundation area. And so sometimes a lot of this takes a lot of preemptive preparation, even in the beginning. So with this person, I go straight with the hair. In my early days in college, that I realized Asian Americans typically never played a heroic role in the mythology of America. And that's what made Bruce Lee a big deal, besides his physical talent.
So again, right here, after you established your foundations, this is sort of like the second layer of using the soft pastels. So you're already trying to like figure out where his eyes are gonna be generally, just like a really light shadow color. Not too dark, because you want to keep that sort of area kind of light for future like layering. So.
Bruce Lee is widely known for his philosophy of Jeet Kune Do, or the way of the intercepting fist.
I see Miguel kind of using his fingers, and this is kind of like a very common technique, especially in children, which is like finger painting. And I see like here he's trying to mix in the like shadowing along with the light colors, so that it gives off this really nice, soft, rounded like look to the figure without really establishing any like sharp like line work yet. So that's a really nice way just to have that base.
Yeah, and if I may add, so these are one of the things where it may be unorthodox, because what you probably should be doing is putting all the colors, if not most of the colors, on before you go into the finger painting portion. With me, I'm very picky where I want to already see the colors blended before I add anything more. So that's just how I feel about it. So in this case, since Bruce Lee has a very, like, how do I say it? Like a straightforward face, like there's not too much detail in Bruce Lee's face. Even as he got older, well, he passed away young, bless his soul. But he has a very, it's almost plain. So I try to add as much color as possible and blending a lot as possible. But that's just my opinion on Bruce Lee. It is essentially a formless version of Chinese Kung Fu. Unlike traditional martial arts, practitioners believed in minimal effort and maximum efficiency and speed, and also being resourceful of your environment. In the case of Bruce Lee, he was known for taking essence from other styles like American boxing, Wing Chun, Filipino martial arts, and various other styles to perfect his own way. So another thing I want to mention, when you are whatever kind of artist you are, there's nothing wrong with taking something from something else if it benefits your technique. So again, here in portrait making, they say that, oh, you should do this step before this step. With me, I just take whatever works. So again, with the hair thing, a lot of teachers might be rolling in their graves about this, but for me, if I see there's a lot of hair, I put that on quick, and that just helps me like see already what I want to make. As a Chinese American icon, he did more than any other actor in his time to advance the cause of racial equality. Just like his philosophy of Jeet Kune Do, Bruce Lee went against the social norms, as his legacy extended across color lines, particularly African Americans.
So right here I noticed you haven't sharpened your pencil, so I could see you sort of struggling to get that line work out. But otherwise, I also can see that you do start from the top going downwards, and so that's something that might be really helpful for people who struggle with faces, is that you kind of just start like one part of the face so that you grow like around it, like, you know, you start
It's more so starting from the center and growing. That's my technique. Yeah, some people start from top to bottom, which is fine if that works for you. But with me, I like jumping too forward too fast, so I like starting from the middle, and then I can really see almost like the future. So here I have I darken shadow and darker tones in the eyes and mouth already before going in, and at this point it wouldn't even matter if I start with the nose or the eyes because the entire blueprint is there. So yeah. His very first student was an African American named Jesse Raymond Glover, who trained under Bruce Lee and became an instructor himself. Jesse also faced racism and police violence, which helped inform Bruce Lee about race relations in America. And then there's the famous basketball player Abdul-Jabbar, who also trained with Bruce Lee and had a role in his movie Game of Death. Bruce Lee himself faced racist bullying as a child, all due to his mother being of European descent. But he eventually learned to overcome it by embracing and pioneering martial arts in his own way. He became a hybrid superpower with his own talent and his relationship with other people.
What are you thinking when you're trying to color the hair? Like, what is your process with that?
Well, in this one it was fairly simple because it's just jet black hair. But if this had been like brown hair, hazel hair, or whatever hair color, hair in general, it's pretty tricky, but the standard is that I start light to dark. And then from dark I go to mid-tone, because if it had been, let's say, a dirty blonde hair, I would really have to pay attention to the process. You know, I start light, then get to dark, and then areas where there's like lighter streaks or a glare or like a dye maybe, then I go light again. So in this case, it was very easy because it's just black, but leaving a bit of room for highlights. Mm-hmm. So there is highlights in hair, but that's like an advanced sort of like technique of trying to identify which parts of the hair deserves highlights. But the general rule is light to dark and then mid-tone color. People who are marginalized. So overall, Bruce Lee broke the barriers of Western perception on Asian people. He faced discrimination in his own career, but aimed to show Chinese culture and philosophy to American audiences. He wanted to show that Chinese Americans were not the weak and...
So, I'm gonna call you out on it, but that one spot in that corner of the eye, I think he didn't mean to make that a little bit like a dull gray area, but something that's supposed to be like a shadow.
Yeah, so that part I did a really big mistake because I probably hurried, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And it's strange looking at it now because I thought it was unnecessary, where I didn't probably have to fix that and it would have looked fine. But because I was so particular with that area, I just really wanted to fix it for some odd reason. And then it got really muddy. So that was a mistake I made. I probably should have just left it alone and just finish the portrait and then go back to see if there's anything I needed to fix. So...
And I noticed because you use your pinky a lot, you probably didn't think to like kind of wipe it off before you put it, because that could also be something that happens too.
So very important for pastel drawing is you should always have a towel or a paper towel, preferably like a towel that's used for cleaning hands of pastel. And then another good pro tip is a general rule of thumb: never use black until the very end. Subservient individuals that the media stereotypically portray them. Instead, Lee wanted to represent a strong Chinese American hero that was proud of his own cultural heritage and openly embraced both his American and Chinese background. Let me know other fascinating facts about this person in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you on the next video. I felt like in this video, the ending image actually turned out okay, I think.
Yeah, so we'll have that video in the corner, but we actually have the picture right here in front of us. Miguel can show the picture really quick. Again, all these portraits are life-size, so as you can see, compared to my head and Bruce Lee's head, it should be pretty close to the life-size Bruce Lee. And again, these videos don't do justice to the actual work of art that we see in person. So that's just something for fellow artists, is that if you do plan to ever record your art process, just kind of keep that in mind, that just kind of shoot it as it is, and you can't really don't change too much in like the post editing. But looking at the live picture in front of us, I don't know, for me personally, I really see that gray spot, and that actually comes in along with like plenty of people, artists and non-artists. If they see something that doesn't seem right, it's going to be obvious. So, but aside from that, I think Miguel did a really wonderful job depicting Bruce Lee, and I mean, if you look at it, it looks just like him. I think that's pretty important in capturing someone's like essence. So,
yeah, it's all about, I believe it's all about capturing the essence, and that's just a risk that we take as artists, because at the time I felt like I did a horrible job with Bruce Lee, and looking back I thought I did okay, but let us know in the comments what you think and what you think of this critique, and you can check out this speed drawing in the link as well as the other portraits if you like. I hope you enjoyed that video.
Alright, see you next time. Bye!